shot with. You're going to take a shot with a rifle. Now, this bad boy is my JG Bar 10 with most of its camouflage missing. This is my sniper rifle of choice. This is fully upgraded, shooting at somewhere in the region of 475 FPS with .2 rounds. However, I don't use .2 rounds. .2 rounds of sniper rifles are pathetic. What you need to be doing when you get up above the, well, I'd say about 450 mark, start bringing your weight up in your BBs. I have used .4s and they are brilliant, and last Sunday I managed to use .43s, which were absolutely fantastic. Managed to get me a whole boatload of long range kills. Plus they're white, so I can see where they're going, and when they miss I know just roughly where it is I'm going to have to adjust to take my shot. Now, as you can see, this weapon it's completely black bar the front end, and the scope has a little bit of tape on it. It's basically a bodge job of camouflage. Now, as I said earlier, in winter time it's quite hard to camouflage. You know, it's obviously the colours have changed. This kind of stuff doesn't necessarily work so well, so I have to change my tactics. The gun itself is obviously, like I say, it's got a little bit of camouflage on. What you're going to find is you're going to need to wrap this gun up to turn this from a black shiny gun to a camouflaged rifle that no one's going to see the shot of where it came from. As you can see at the start of the barrel here, I've actually, well, you can see this with the shading, but we have a DPM camo tape suppressor and a OD green taped barrel from where the stock ends. Now, on top of that, I would also have the wrap that I was talking about, the gun wrap that comes with this, wrapped around this gun, wrapped around the scope, leaving the controls nice and free, so I've still got my hop system and I can still dial in my scope for different shots. But basically I'm breaking the outline of this gun up. Now, most sniper rifles are quite long. I mean, this is probably, you know, getting on for M16 length, but it's a long, thin barrel. Nothing in nature is this long and thin on purpose. So what you have to do is to break up that outline, and you do that by, like I say, wrapping everything up, hanging stuff off the barrel. That's a good way of doing it. I've seen this done before. You have the barrel, you have loose stuff just hanging off the barrel, and when you're in a stalk down position and you're walking through a field or whatever it is, you're taking your shot, this gun suddenly disappears. Now, that being said, it's quite a noisy gun. Shooting how I like it. Like I said, I had great fun last Sunday. But you may need a suppressed weapon system. Now, it's all very well, okay, getting your MP5 or whatever gun it is you think is brilliant with a suppressor on, and attaching a suppressor to said gun. It doesn't really make much difference. This is an electric gun. It doesn't really make much difference to an electric gun. It'll change the note. There's no doubt about that. It'll change the note. It might not be such a crisp sound. It might be more of a dull thud, but it's still quite a loud noise. Because basically, unlike a real gun, where the noise comes from the front end, the noise in an airsoft gun is coming from your motor and your gearbox, which is around this area, and you can't do, well, you can take these guns apart and change systems around, change bits and all that, and end up with a quieter gun. However, this is a TM gun. I don't recommend taking these apart because it works, and TM guns run on fairy dust, so leave that as it is. But if you want your suppressed gun, I actually have one of, in my view, one of the greatest suppressed weapons in the known universe for airsoft. And that is, it's another TM gun. However, instead of being electric, this one is gas, and it is the Mark 23 SOCOM. Now this, like I said, TM, again, great internals. However, as you can see, rather large suppressor on it. Now, if we put it onto an AEG, or we get an AEG suppressor, they generally, like I say, they just tweak the sound, they don't really do a great deal. However, this one does, if I can undo it, a heck of a difference. Now, I'm not going to demonstrate this out at the moment because God only knows where I put the magazines. However, this suppressor turns this gun, from quite a crisp noise to basically, well, there's only one way of describing it. It's like a mouse farting. It is so quiet. And what you end up with is a weapon system with 20 odd rounds in the magazine, which is uber quiet, and unlike most handguns in airsoft, this one has range. Okay, the barrel length is quite long. As we all know with TMs, the hop system and the rubbers they use are fucking awesome. This handgun itself will actually fire brilliantly with .25 or .3, .25s, .28s and 3s. That's your ammunition you want to use. If you've got a standard handgun, say a WE Glock 17 for instance, just put .2s in, it's not going to make a darn bit of difference. This gun is like a laser with 2 5s. I ain't got any 2 8s, but if I did have them, it'd be even better. And you can change the inner barrel on this gun from its standard inner barrel, and you can put a Tokyo Marui VSR barrel, the standard VSR G-spec even barrel, which is 300 and so many millimeters long, and put that into this weapon. You have to have the suppressor on it now permanently, and it suddenly becomes, well, there is a such thing called the DMR, which is Designated Marksman Rifle. In airsoft terms, it becomes a DMP, which is a Designated Marksman Pistol. The range goes up to ridiculous ranges for a pistol, like 50 odd meters, and like I said, it's still just as quiet. And at 50 odd meters, let's face facts, you ain't going to hear nothing. At 10 meters, you're going to struggle hearing this gun going off. Now, this gun, on my personal setup last year, accounted for quite a few kills when I decided to go a little bit closer to the enemy and not use my rifle. Now, I do remember during the summer, one of our weekend events, I managed to, me and my friend managed to, he was playing a sniper as well, I must add that. We joined in on a firefight that was happening between our team and an enemy team who were further down the road. We were both in defensive positions, we had hay bales to hide behind, and the snipers were the only real weapons that could reach out that far with the .4 rounds I was using at the time, and take and give casualties to the enemy and kill them. However, there was far too many of them, and as soon as we killed one of them, he immediately dropped down and his mate mediced him. So, you know, we were killing them, but we wasn't able to make any great use about it. So I thought, .4 rounds are expensive, I don't want to waste them, so I thought, sod this, I'm doing this my own way. So I cut into a field that was adjacent to the road we were fighting on, went through quite dangerous terrain, with very sharp thorns and God only knows what, very, very tall grass. I managed to sneak through this grass and got into the wood at the rear of the enemy's position. I was then able to sneak back up this wood to get to the tree line, the edge of this wood, which the road was next to, and sure enough, there were, I think it was 3 or 4 enemy soldiers, all laid down, taking shots down the road at where my team was. Now, obviously, I'm well under my minimum engagement distance, can't even say that right, so I have to now swap from the rifle, which I put down, and pulled out this. Now, I have 4 magazines for this on a holster system, and I knew my first magazine was fully armed and loaded. I had my second mag ready because I don't know how this is going to end up. They have all got M4s, G36s, the standard issue weapons. They can completely and utterly muller me. I'm on my own. I've got no chance of a respawn or being medicked, and all I have is, let's face facts, a pistol. I managed to sneak to within, I would say, less than 12 meters of the group of 3 or 4 players, and I managed to position myself so that I could take shots at each and every one of them, and at, let's face facts, about 12 meters I'm not going to miss. So cocked the weapon, took aim at the first player and put first round straight into his legs, and I worked my way down the line and I took out every single player there. They were very, very shocked, shall we say, to see that there was an enemy sniper who had snuck all the way in an area where they never thought they was going to get attacked from. But it had happened. Now, my position has been given away. I've taken my shots, I've killed the enemy know me, they've turned round and gone, oh my god, thank you, you know, never saw you come up. However, down the road, just as before I'm about to retreat and go get my rifle and bug out the whole area, because the whole enemy team is in this area, I suddenly see 2 more players walking down the road in front of these players I've just killed, completely unaware that I'm there. I'm knelt down with this weapon still in my first magazine, and I'm looking straight at them. And I've got no camouflage, there's no bushes, there's no trees, it's just literally a case of I'm sat in the shadows, they're out there on a road in the sun. I am completely, again, at the mercy, and this time even worse because they're facing me. It wouldn't take them too much just to look over, see I'm there, and just completely and utterly open up on me. What did they do? Never looked. So I let them get right in front of me where I knew I could take the pair of them, and took out another 2 players. At this point, I think I ain't chancing my luck anymore, I'm getting the heck out of here, so I bugged back out again, grabbed my my JG Bar 10, and went straight back out. Now, I was going to retreat out the same way I'd come in, but I thought, right, the enemy know I'm here, they know somebody's here, so I'm wondering if they're going to send anyone after me. So instead of going out the way I came in, I found myself a very sharp, again, prickly little bush, and sat in it. Completely surrounded up, I'm wearing camouflage, I'm all this, and I'm not moving a single muscle. And sure enough, I start to hear twigs snapping in front of me, and I'm looking, I still can't see anything. I can't move my head too much, because again we're going to those S's again, we're going to movement, and any jerky movement, and I'm going to be spotted. So I'm using my eyes to survey the area, and all of a sudden, I see the 2 players walking along, and they're in full, what we're going to call attack mode. Their rifles are drawn, they know that an enemy's been here, they're not taking any chances, but they haven't seen me. Again, still in my first magazine, I've got this weapon system, this weapon still drawn, got it down here, out of the way. When I see the players, I let them get close enough so I'm guaranteed my shots, pull this weapon out, and again, dum dum, 2 more casualties. I then, at this point, I've had enough of this is nerve-wracking enough, so I bug out back the same way I came in and went straight back to my my sniper friend, who was still sat there with our team taking shots at the enemy. And his first words, because he sees me walking out the bushes with the biggest smile on my face, and he says, "Have you just gone and killed an entire team?" And I says, "That is pretty much what I've done. I've wiped out the entire team in that wood." Now that's what snipers can do. Now if you think an M4 sprays out BBs, you know, you talk, if you're using a high cap, you've got 450 rounds, and I've seen players just stand there and just full auto an area. Okay, I've literally just gone in and I've used tops 8 to 10 rounds, and I've killed enough players that I shouldn't have really been able to do. However, because I was playing a sniper recon role and I paid attention to how my tactics were getting into a field and getting up to take my shot, I got away with it. That being said, doesn't happen all the time. The enemy will just unfortunately just turn around at the last second, just before you're about to take your shot, pop, and lace you up. That's just unfortunately part of airsoft. Learn by those mistakes, and you will be a fantastic sniper. So, after all this, my thoughts on it, what do I think about the sniper role? The sniper role suits me because I like to think I'm not the best sniper in the world. I don't have the best weapon in the world. What I have is the ability to disappear. I have the ability to know my surroundings. I don't need a map anymore. I've got the details all up here, so I know roughly where the enemy are going to be. I've got camouflage set up for summer, which is obviously this kind of thing. I have a camouflage set up for winter. I have a spring operated weapon system that works just as well in winter as it does in summer, because it doesn't ever run out of battery power, so this weapon works very well. And I also have quite a few people who, you know, quite a few snipers out there at our club who we like to give advice to each other, and you know, we tell each other what worked for us. Now, is sniping for everyone? Nope, not by a long shot. I've seen players come in, young players, and they think that sniping is like Call of Duty, and they try playing Call of Duty in airsoft and sniping, and it doesn't work. So, at the end of the day, sniping is a particular niche. If you're going to go into airsoft and you're brand spanking new, but you play COD and you play Battlefield and you're brilliant at sniping and you just think, sod it, I'm going to buy a sniper rifle and I'm going to be the greatest sniper known to mankind, it's rubbish. It doesn't happen that way. I have had matches where I've been able to kill hardly anyone, and that being said, I've also had matches where I've killed far too many people, which is why I love sniping. So, like I say, you're going to be new to airsoft, give the normal rifles a chance. Then work out if you're going to be good using a bolt action weapon system, which is a complete different kettle of fish, or shall we just say a different style of gun to your standard electric AEG. Now, somebody said to me, or asked me the question, do I have to have a bolt action sniper rifle to be a sniper? And I said, no. Well, possibly to be a sniper. I mean, let's face it, a sniper is a long-range killer. In the real world, we're talking, you know, hundreds and hundreds of meters away. In airsoft, obviously, those distances coming closer. Now, the average M4 shoots at, you know, 50, 60 meters, if you're lucky. That particular bar 10 has been checked and will shoot somebody at over 100 meters away. That being said, okay, its effective range, okay, which is the range I like to go by, is about 75, 80 meters. With .43 ammo, that's a good one, ammo, it will get kills at that range. Now, like I said to this person, I says, no, you don't need to have a sniper rifle to be sneaky and crafty. I says, I've done sneaky and crafty with an AK. Okay, my AK Gims by G&G, the most noisiest gun I have by a long way, and it's a gun that puts a big smile on my face. But because of my play style and the fact I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going, I know what I can do and what I can get away with, and things like this, you know, and the other camo patterns I wear, I can make the AK-47 a brilliant weapon system for an ambush style airsoft war. So I am sat in a hunkered down position, I let the enemy come up to me, and now I have full auto and I can just lace up the enemy and take out 5, 6, 7, 8 people if they're least expecting it. So you don't have to have a sniper rifle. Yes, it does help. If you want to be a sniper, get either the JG Bar 10 or the TM VSR G-Spec, or up to a point the TM VSR Pro, which is the one without the suppressor on the end. Now, this, like I say, is a JG Bar 10. The TM VSR G-Spec is exactly the same. It's an exact copy. Okay, the JG is a poor copy, don't get me wrong, but you know, it is a straight one-to-one copy. But you will need to upgrade these guns to get these shooting accurately at uber long ranges. Now, if I can just untangle myself. What have I done to my Bar 10? Well, actually, now I'm going to show you. Obviously, the scope, this particular scope was actually given to me by a very good friend of mine who actually runs Lincolnshire Airsoft Club. I've got to say a big thanks for giving me this scope. It's actually fantastic. You may think that normal scopes are just as good. This one actually is really, really good. When it comes to internals on this gun, there is a, just show you and turn them out. There is a new cylinder on this gun. There is a new spring in this gun. There is a new cylinder head. There is a new hop system, a new hot rubber. There is an inner barrel that goes just outside the length of where you unscrew the suppressor, the inner barrel sticks out. It is a tighter barrel. This is a 6.03, which is pretty much universally agreed to be the greatest inner diameter of a barrel. What else have I done to this gun? A new trigger system. That's another thing that's a big thing with these guns. If you want to put an M150 spring in this, which will take the FPS to 475 plus, change your trigger. Okay, you're going to have to. There's no if buts or maybes on that. You put a spring like that into this gun and use the standard trigger system, you will chew your trigger sears to pieces, and they won't even last a match. They are that is a powerful spring, and it will destroy the trigger mechanism. That being said, all these pieces that came out of this gun were actually purchased at a United Kingdom company. called Airsoft Sniper Parts UK. They're on Facebook, they're obviously on the website. If you want to get into sniping, give the person who runs that a message on Facebook and say, look, I'm interested in sniping, what are my options? He will give you some cracking deals on internals. Occasionally they do even sell the rifles. They sell the Bar 10, they've just gone through a batch of them. So, like I say, you can pick up the Bar 10, and then you can pick up all the internals, and within a couple of weeks have a sniper rifle that shoots at, you know, the 475 plus FPS. So, that was a very, very long video on Crafty's thoughts on sniping and camouflage. Like I said, this is a new thing for me. This is only the second video I've actually done on Crafty's thoughts on. If you have a subject or a topic that you want me to give my opinion on, feel free. Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments on the YouTube page where this video will appear, or let me know on the Facebook site. You can do it through private message, or you can do it, just put it on the comments. I'm not fussed either way. I will try to do pretty much all the videos that you want, because I have been doing airsoft now for long enough. I've pretty much got an opinion on most things. Whether you guys will listen to that, I don't know. But anyway, like I say, you want me to do it, let me know, I will get on to it. I will be doing a video review of the TM Mark 23. I think that will be the next video I'll be doing of gun reviews. I will also be doing match play review videos. These were a little more difficult for me to do, but I do want to get these done because I do want to put out there the word out there about Lincolnshire Airsoft Club and how I have had a fantastic time with these guys, and the matches that we do, brilliant. It's all very well writing these down in, you know, words and everything. I actually want to show you guys what Lincolnshire Airsoft Club can actually give to you if you want to take up airsoft as a sport. Now, that being said, we're all done here. As always, safety comes first. Always wear goggles. Have fun. That is the main thing in airsoft. Let's face facts. We all have fun. We all want to have fun. So I'll see you out there, and see you next time.